All right. We're live on TikTok and it's YouTube. And then, so I just have my 3 screens now and I'm trying to figure out like how to literally do them. I don't need this to be full screen though, but thank you to the TikTok chat for that. Okay. Let's go back to, all right, we're going to back test. Let's see. I think it's, oh, it's not quite all the way centered. Let me adjust it for Streamlabs. Because I switch it when I record my screen for TikToks in the morning. Okay, boom. Okay, we're good. And then on Discord, for some reason, it never. For some reason, these screens, like the full screen does not. It's like not showing. It's cutting off the bottom of my windows. So I definitely have to play with that. Later. I might get smaller so I can see the bottom, and then I want to go live. Boom. It cuts off the bottom of the screen for me, and I don't understand why it's doing that. Yeah, I don't. Sorry, YouTube and TikTok. And then I definitely maximize this screen when I need to minimize it to see the chat. Yeah, this is not ideal. The way. Jesus Christ. Alright, let's just get started. There we go. Minimize. Now, if I can see the TikTok chat wherever it was put. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm still trying to go live with the Discord. These screens are not. It's weird. I need to go through and see how I can adjust the screens to be able to get them full screen. But here we go. Let's just join with the Discord. For some reason, it still won't show go live. There we go. Alrighty, now we're good on all fronts. Alright, Jesus. So today I'm going to backtest the 15-minute chart with NQ. We're just going to keep it both NQ. And the 15, still like the Po3, right? But lately, it's been tapping back into a 15-minute fair value gap. So like if you got in right at 10 o'clock, you would be stopped out. So basically what I want to see if there's a way we can find the draw and then see if we need to wait for a 15-minute fair value gap or something on the 15-minute chart to let us know like where we want to go. Why did I do that? There we go. Boom. All right, so let's go to the next New York session. I did not trade today. But we did have good price action today and yesterday, of course, when I'm traveling every time. So we're at 10 a.m. There is a tiny fair value gap here, but I don't really want to count it. It's looking like our draw is up here, but it's hard to. But we could still be going down to here from the previous day. This trade, the previous day to go down to here. I don't know. Sorry, give me 1 second. My TikTok screen is looking insane for y'all on TikTok. Yeah, I should have tested these new monitors out first before trying to go live. But, there y'all go, TikTok. Okay. And we don't have a fair value gap on the 15-minute either. But we do have one here to inverse, and then once we close above, I guess you would go to the 1 minute and see if you can take this high. Or there's another one up here that maybe you want to wait and see if we reverse out of this one. Let's just see how this plays out. We could be in one to go lower as well. We marked both sell side and buy side. I feel like we are bearish on the 1 hour, actually. I don't think we're going up here. And actually, now I'm looking at it, we already came up into this 1 hour gap. I didn't see that 1 hour gap already. So actually, we already closed out of this one already as well. But let's see if we're going lower to this one, or we want to go up higher here and then go lower. Let's just see. Yeah, this is just not good price action. This is what I like about staying on the 15-minute chart. You just wouldn't take a trade that day. Nothing is clear about this at all. Nothing. That was the day, the 1 hour. All this is just chop in this fair value gap. So that's just a day you know not to trade. And that's why I like higher time frames, because you can just already know when and will not to trade. Stream is paused for the Discord. This is so annoying, actually. Why is it paused? We're screen sharing. That's very weird. But when I come over here to do the back testing. Alright, next day. Sorry, y'all, this is a bad session, but did my computer freeze? Oh, yeah. Wait, what ICT model? Sorry, I'm finally reading the chat. Hey, girl, how did you do? I didn't trade today. I'm done trading for the rest of the year. What ICT model do you trade? 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Kind of silver bullet, or really just 10 a.m. power of 3. It's not the same thing every day. Yeah, my computer is spazzing. Yeah, Discord is not... It's not the move for the live streams. I have to do private ones separately with my Discord separate, which I usually do anyway. But, boom, already moving better. I did not trade today. But I can go over it today. We had good price action today. We had a 15-minute fair value gap, and we had a let's just do the whole thing. The 1 hour and the 15-minute. So we were up into this gap here. Draw, obviously, on the 1 hour was this sell side. It did take all day to hit that sell side if you wanted it. However, come on, 15-minute. Oh, it is low. It just likes to put you way far behind. Then we had at 10 o'clock. If you got in, obviously, like 9:30, you were in earlier. But I traded after 10. We came up into this fair value gap here at 10 o'clock. This one here. Boom. Then you go on the 1 minute, and once we get into that fair value gap, you got a lovely CIS, you got a lovely inversion fair value gap to enter into. So yeah, of course, when I don't trade, the market gives me what I want. When I get on the charts, I suck, and it gives me terrible price action. And that does give me my 300 ticks already checked today. My 300 ticks in my bracket and my 150 stop loss. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And obviously, if you wanted to, you could have held it all the way to the draw at the yellow line, which is way more. A 1 to 6. It just would have took all day, but you would have got it if you wanted it. So yeah. What steps to 10 a.m.? I know that's... I don't trade 2022 model. I trade all three. I'll trade IFEG, which is usually my favorite, like I just showed. I will trade more so second a CISD, which is a change in the state delivery. So it's the body. It's lined up with IFEG here again. Or I'll trade a regular 2022 mentorship model. But as you see, we didn't get a fair value gap tap if you waited for that to come back into this fair value gap. That's why I stopped trading it. That's why I stopped trading it. Because, see, it just leaves you. So I'd rather just get in right that it says declose or the inversion for value gap. Also, scammers are messaging people like it's me. Someone's, yeah? Someone's, messaging people like it's me. And don't get fooled. Don't get scammed. I'm not asking you for money. I never text you for it. Do you enter the 1 minute or the 3? I don't know. I've been losing this month, so I used to trade on the 3. I was doing the 5, but I got faked out on the 3 a lot of times. So I'm going, I think, back to the 1 with a conviction of the 5 minute. So basically I have a chart. I have a 1 hour chart for my higher time frame bias. A 15 minute, and the 1 hour chart has 1 hour NQ, 1 hour ES for SMT. I have a 15-minute chart for that, SMT and NQ, and then I have a 5 minute NQ and a 1 minute NQ next to each other, what will help me not get faked out on the 1 minute. Sorry, YouTube, I have to adjust this too for YouTube. My stream is booty today for sure. I should have prepped earlier for this, but either way, yeah, get on the 1 minute or the 3, but really, I haven't really, seen what I'm gonna do yet because of December price action has been not great. But yeah, so what we got today. I leave the 1 on this side and the 5 on this side because if you waited for the 5 minute candle close, it would have just left you down here. But then you would have to take that trade all the way down to that sell side liquidity on the hour if you got it on here. Stop loss above here. Versus the 1 minute, you got a way better entry and stop loss. Same with yesterday. Yesterday was great price action as well. It did take a while to play out because of FOMC. However, we came back up into a 15-minute fair value gap here. This was a 15-minute fair value gap tap up here. In that 10-40-11 macro, boom, and then reverse. Or you could have took the buy up to that 15-minute fair value gap if you didn't want to wait for it. So let's go back. Since I learned ICT and watched some traders, I noticed that no one waits for the respecting candle out of actually fair value gap. A lot of people do now, actually. I feel like most people do, me included. Like, it was getting faked out so much now that IFGs happen. A lot of us, we do wait for a full candle close on the 15 minute or the 5 minutes. Sometimes, obviously, patience will get the best of us, but that is what it is. Okay, here, again, I don't know what is going on these charts, but we have an hour for value gap. We're already in. We kind of already closed above it, making a higher high. We bounced out of this 1 hour gap as well. The 15 minute is still looking a little indecisive. So let's just play out and see. Okay. So once we got this little bearish candle, I might have gotten it on a trade. Let's see what it would look like on the 1 minute. There was one here. So I got for the 1 minute for you to enter off of, and then you got a candle close out of it once. That probably would have been your entry. This is not the cleanest day, but you got your 1 hour starting to push bearish. Everything's starting to push bearish. 15 minutes pushing bearish. And then obviously on the 1 minute, you can just take your trade to the next liquidity, which is why I kind of do want to get back to trading on the 1 minute. I just kind of avoid my fake outs because this is what you want. You want these quick trades like this. Or again, like I said, you have your 1 hour chart up, and then you can take it down to this 1 hour liquidity, and then you get a bigger, let's see, boom, see, smash. That's why you look at all time frames. Which ICT videos did you watch for trading? The ICT 2022 mentorship. I watched Kui, and he enters off of a bull candle. Well, Kui's unprofitable and not smart. No shade to him. So that's why he trades like that and switches his strategies and all the things. So you really watch Kui or Ku, whatever his name is, for pure enjoyment, not for learning. But he is getting better with supply and demand. I actually had to block him for being sexist recently, so I don't really watch him anymore. But I used to watch him for just pure enjoyment because he was just hard to watch. I'm still rooting for him though, but okay. I'm still rooting for him, but his journey's on his own now. All right, let's go back to the 15-minute. Yeah, I'm kind of breaking up with the 4-hour chart as well because I just feel like I'm too drawn to that. I tend to pass a challenge and then breach. Any advice? Why do you think you breach? Are you over trading or you? I mean, honestly, it's something you have to like rip the band-aid off with. I feel like it's just one of those things where like the emotions of it being real. Like I haven't even got a payout yet. I've took a payout to my live account, but I haven't really got a payout on my funded. I've made like a few grand from trading so far. A great November and October, and then December like derailed me a little bit. We have liquidity here. Never mind, gap. So it kind of just one of the things that you just have to maybe get your emotions used to that. Which same, I kind of want to buy another challenge myself. I'm like, no, like focus on these payouts. If you blow these, then get another challenge. Yeah. December was rough for me as well. So I think, and that's the point. I don't want to like derail my strategy, but I do feel like I want a strategy I could trade all markets. So hardest part for me on funding is loss and getting off. Yes, I usually just take one trade because of the funded. I risk the smallest amount, so I'm not even halfway to blowing any of the accounts, which is the good part. I plan for them in December because a lot of people are like, no, you under leverage, I'm gonna get paid out, and I get it, but it's like, even with your good strategy, with things like December, you never know what's gonna happen. So I like to prepare for that. So that's what I do. All right. We're moving up, but I think we did sweep though. This low here. So maybe we see if we react out of this to come lower. Alrighty, boom. I mean, honestly, most people, by the time you get in this gap, you probably should go to the 1-minute chart. I like to wait a little bit for the close, but that's why I have the 5-minute chart so I can get a close out on the 5-minute and then go to the 1. However, let's see if you could. I've entered and traded the 15-minute chart before, just like this before. Let's see if it holds. You shouldn't. You really should, go down to the 1-minute and see what you get. But this is entering off the 15-minute, and let's see if it holds and plays out nicely for us. Oh, that was close. Y'all, we missed TP by a tick. It took a hit, though. Let's see. It's almost to boom. And this is what I'm talking about. This is why I don't move my stop loss to break even right here. I don't move my stop loss to break even. I let the trade play out right here. This is exactly why. I have tried a trailing stop, and it's something where, like, it's close like this. Like, if this were to go against us, at least it came super far. Like, I don't move my stop to break even when we hit, like, 1-to-1 and shit like that. Like, it has to come super close where, like, it almost, like, if this were straight reversed on us, I wouldn't have been mad because it came so close. However, where was our draw? Our draw was this gap. There was no other draw at all. So you just have to wait that shit out. But this is why, like, a lot of people cut their wins moving their start to break even. Just accept the risk and let the trade play out. Or if you're managing your trades, like if lately I've been recording my trades, so I will still on the chart now. I would have just sold like here, like I would have still got a big bunch of the move. I'm not selling like way up here with like a trailing stop. Like I'm just gonna sell when it starts to reverse. So this is what I'm talking about though. This is what you do. You mark up the 15-minute. I neglected the 15-minute. Honestly, I started losing, but I had a feeling we were gonna bounce up off this liquidity point. However, we weren't changing bullish, and I used to be that way. I used to take a 10-name reversal and just try to take it to a higher time frame liquidity point always, and it's like, no, sometimes you're gonna pull back, and it's fine because I've played that. I've played this pullback before. Like, you can play this move up, or you can wait for the move down. You know what I'm saying? And I used to be like, it was a time where the 15-minute fair value gaps were getting ran through. And I was just like, they're not even holding. I'm not really a limit order trader anymore. I haven't been in a very long time. But now I know, like, if there's say there's a 1 hour fair value gap, right? That's going to trump. So if there's a 15-minute fair value gap, a bullish one, what was I trying to say? So basically, if you're trying to set a limit buy order down here, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. If there's a bullish 15-minute fair value gap down here to go up, it's going to run through it because the higher time frame is showing us we're bearish. So that's how you know. Like, the times where we run through a 15-minute fair value gap is the times where we bounce out of a 4-hour gap to go higher. Like if it's a 4 hour or 1 hour, they usually want the swing low. That's the best part about the 1 hour and the 4 hour. So it's just, it just wants the swing low. It's the same thing. And if you're on the 1 minute, all you need to do is take out this swing low. Or if you got in here, all you need is this swing low. Do it that what you will. Hope y'all didn't. I mean, that happens though. People move their stuff to break even because I get it. You lock in profits and then your losses are, you have less losses per se. But sorry, the stream started out so poorly. These monitors, I have to learn how to do settings on it. I just got like the trifold monitors for my laptop. And the Discord with streaming is not it. It works well when I'm live with the Discord and just recording on Streamlabs, but I'll need to get a MacBook to go. But my Discord is pretty empty anyway. It's like 10 people in it, but they don't really show up to things. But I also have a lot of dropshipping stuff in there and other stuff that's not trading, so they could be in there just for that as well. All right, what do we have? We do have 15-minute fair value gap up here. We already inversed this 1 hour gap though. To the upside. Draw, if we're going to continue higher, is here. But on higher time frames, I count bodies as highs because usually it's a swing high somewhere. See, like that. It lines up with a swing high. Maybe it wants to reverse from here. Maybe it just wants to bounce back into this fair value gap. Let's see how it plays out. Came down first. Came down first. There's a little tiny 15-minute gap here, but I don't think we're going to tap it. But maybe that's the tap you want. All right. Now it's looking like we swept liquidity and we want to push. Go down to your 1 minute chart. I did not mean to do that on that side. I like to keep my big time frames on the right and my smaller ones to the left. 50. All right. I mean, you do have a market structure shift. I mean, it didn't really close here, so. But you do have an IFVG close, so you could get in there. Stop loss above these highs. Or you can wait for the candle close under the 15-minute gap as well to be extra safe. To be extra safe, you can wait for that and then take it to this equal lows down here, which is not that good of a risk-reward ratio. So maybe take it to this fair value gap down here, or we could be bouncing back to retest also this our fair value gap. So yeah, maybe not enter that trade. Let's see. Could be scared and could just run down without us. All right, bounced, boom. Then this candle closed out. I would have been more confident. We bounced back to this gap. We candle closed and rejected it again. Now your stop loss can be tighter. And now you can take it down to that fair value gap. Or this low here. Let's see if it plays out nicely for you. Honestly, I probably would have gotten up there though. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'd be trigger happy. Boom. Knocked. Knocked, knocked, knocked. But you can wait. Because honestly, the people like Tanya Trades, she waits for shit like this, and that's why she barely loses. Yeah, her moves are smaller than mine, but obviously she's risking more. She has more capital. She's probably making 4 or 5 times what I make, but I need these big ass moves to make my like $1,000 a day. But I just like catching big ass moves. I don't know. It's just when you read the higher time frame, you kind of know where it's going. You at least wanted to take out this body low on this hour, and it did. It tapped it. So that's what I mean. See how the market structure shift? Well, technically, the first candle of the market structure shift wasn't this one. It was the second one. So you did get a 2022 model. Actually, you did not. There's no fair value gap in there. The wicks touch. So see, I mean, it did come back up, but it didn't come to the breaker. So that's why I just get in. Yeah, sometimes my entry's worse. Like if I got in on here and it did pull back to go my way, however. But to me, like, I'd rather get in it with a bad entry than it leave me, in my opinion. The key to what people don't do is wait for a little fair value gap to be tapped after. I know, because it doesn't hit all the time. A lot of people stop doing that. Me and myself, it doesn't hit all the time. I'd rather take an IFVG for sure than wait for a fair value gap retap. Now, on the 1 minute, yes. But on the 3 and the 5 minute, that shit will not retap for you. It will leave you. And on the 15, I don't really go to the 1 minute unless I really have to. So there's that. But yes, on the 15 minute, it taps way more often. But I realize like sometimes it will leave you. So it's better to get in on, and you do get IFVG, and it's higher. So that's why I look at all three. You see your entry for your inverse for value gap is here, right? Your inverse for your market structure shift is down here, and your CISD is down here. You see what I'm saying? So I look at all three. Whatever one gives me a better risk to reward is what I trade. It's usually the IFEG, but sometimes the CISD is good, and the CISD gives you a better entry, but your market structure shift entry is down here. Your CISD entry is down here, which is the same as your IFEG one. So actually those two lined up nicely. But changing state delivery is what I trade now mostly. But again, to each their own, you know? If you like the market structure shift, retest for value gap, you know, do what you gotta do. But for me, I don't. I'm a trigger happy trader, I'm not gonna lie. And that's why I made my channel. I'm a trigger happy and emotional trader. Y'all see me crash out on here all the time, and I still have multi six figures in funding and have a great trading career. So don't let these people fool you. You don't have to be a Buddha to trade well. You just have to be smart about it. Yeah, I feel like, I mean, I just feel like a lot of people, it just hasn't been playing out. It's been causing people to miss their trades, because Tay was the same way. We both traded that same way. And now he trades just purely IFEGs, because, like, you were just not getting tapped at all. That's why I don't even set limit orders anymore. I set market orders only. I don't do limit orders anymore. All right, we have a 1 hour gap, but this candle has to play out. Boom. I feel like we could be pushing to the London lows. We could just be pulling back into something. But let's go on the 1 minute and see what this looks like. Okay, so it's not really anything yet, but you do have an IFEG if you wanted it. I feel like most of us will wait for the close out of this gap though. And now we have this big gap here, so most people, then you get your fair value gap tap, but you still don't get a market structure shift. You do get a CISD at this order block here, but there's a lot of lows down here. Maybe we can just target these lows. It did come back up for you for a better entry if you wanted that fair value gap tap, you know, like somewhere up here. I don't know if I'm confident, because we're still so bullish. But there's like no fair value gaps. There's one here actually that lines up with the liquidity sweeps of all these that maybe we come down and bounce out of, but I just feel like we could go a good bit lower. Oh, did I just say? See, I just said it. This is why people lose their trades. They get trigger happy, and I said we have this fair value gap here that has all this liquidity to sweep to bounce higher, because I felt what? Bullish. This is why you stick to what you know, because we didn't really get a full market shift till way down here. We have all this liquidity with all this choppiness. We have a beautiful big 1 minute fair value gap, and then we finally like continue higher. So I probably would have gotten back in this trade, because I did see that. I just was saying like, maybe the first one trumped, but it was very clear we were kind of coming here by all the time frames. There's no 15-minute fair value gap to retouch into. There's no hour gap to touch into. So it's given this was just like a rebalance to go higher. But yeah, also a good thing too, if someone's asking about their accounts, backtesting really helps build your confidence. Like December price action really ruined me a little bit, but it's good to like do this in practice and do the thing. So I feel like and then of course the days I don't trade, we had good price action today and yesterday, but also a lot of people I know who trade really well still lost yesterday and today because of the tilt we had from just the December price action all week. Like it's been giving you good setups, and then the next day it gives you a bad setup. So then it's like you're just on edge the whole time. Is today going to be a good day or is today going to be a bad day? but it's okay. I was traveling yesterday, so I could not trade at all yesterday. However, I would have loved. Is this the new day? It's like no, it's not. I would have loved to trade it today, and I kind of could have, but I got home at like 8:40 for my overnight flight. Like, absolutely not. I'd have like 1 hour sleep, and then so it is what it is. 2025 will be a good year and all the things, so it doesn't matter. We did kind of sweep liquidity here, but it does give that we're still bullish. This big 1 hour gap here, and this 15-minute one here, so maybe we come down and test it. Come on. Nope, it came almost down. But let's see what it looks like on the 1 minute. I mean, it's not that great, honestly, either. You do have a bearish IFVG to get disrespected, but honestly, this choppiness on the way up, I don't know if I like, but let's see if you can get a little something. Get a little something. Boom. And it actually gives you way more. It was clearly bullish, so we didn't get the 15-minute from I got to have, and that's why I have on my lower time frames I have a 5-minute and a 15-minute up. Because do we get a 5-minute from I got to have? We do. It's not the nicest, but and look where my entry was. The right lines up with that close of the 5 minutes. See what I'm saying? That's why like they all you have to look at them all, which really sucks. But it lined up beautifully with that 5-minute candle close out of the gap, and then you just took it. So yeah, just recalibrating my emotions, but yeah, it sucks. Cause I think I lost. Did I lose Monday? Monday or Tuesday? I can't remember. But yeah, I lost. Only took 2 wins in December. Thank you, nice trade. Like 2 wins in December, and only because so the way I traded before, I honestly could get right in at 10 o'clock, and it was like a reversal at 10 or a continuation at 10 like this in a 5-minute gap. But lately in December, we've been like pulling back deeply down to like a 15-minute gap like this. My stop loss gets stopped out, and then we go my way. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, let me reevaluate. I kept getting stopped out to go my way, or I like the move would happen at the next macro, basically the 10:45 to the 11:10 macro, and I already take my losses before that. So on a 50K account, when trying to pass, how much should I risk on my one traded day if I have a 2K drawdown roll? I'm so lost. Honestly, okay, so with futures prop firms, they charge you monthly anyway. So I used to try to be safe and do the things, but I try to risk enough to pass in 4 straight wins. So you should be risking on a 2K account, like 250 to make 500. And then I think my winning trade that got me funded was like $900. So I risk more. But I try to trade them normally. Because still, even when I risk a lot, it takes me like 3 weeks to pass. Instead of like 4 days for real. Cause I'll take like a loss or something. So I risk a little more. Because they're going to charge you anyway every month. But, or what you can do if you want to be really safe is risk a little bit. Like 1 or 2 micros the first 2 weeks. And then full port or risk more at the end. Yeah, if it was a Forex one where you just pay once, I would say take your time, but they charge you literally monthly, so you might as well get aggressive with that shit and try to pass it in like 2 weeks, because you got to factor in your losses. Like you'll take a loss, you'll go up 1,000, you'll take a loss, you'll be down to 700, and then you'll be up, 1,700, and you'll go down to 15. So like it's like I would, but also I was not holding my wins either to not lose. When I'm doing evals, I hate losing, so I won't hold my trades. It's really bad. I'll hold them when I'm on my live account, but when I'm on an eval, so I'm rushing to get funded, I will just hold for a 1-to-1, and then like my losses would be like bigger or the same size as my wins, and it would just like bite me a little bit. But it's still, now I can pass them in like a few weeks. But yeah, I always risk more. I used to do that safe thing, and that's what took me like so long to pass. It took me like 6 months to pass because I was trying to do it and like, risk the least amount. And if you risk the least amount, it should take you like a month and a half to pass. If you risk what you should be risking. Now that I'm funded, I do risk that. Like on my top step, I only risk 2 micros. Like I'm only getting like the 200, 250, 300 a day. Like I'm not playing. And then I have a 150K where I get like 400, 450. And then my live, I'm doing like 150. So it's like $1,000 a day between all three. And I'm not over leveraging, which is the good part. And I kind of want like 1 or 2 more 150Ks, but I want to get a payout first and stop like being scary, you know? Obviously, we have a daily gap. That's obviously where the draw is. So, um, this is what you should not do. But let's just see. It usually plays out. Except for we had another day the last week where we did not go to the gap. But gaps always fill. And I always do the bottom in case it wants to just sweep and reverse out of the gap instead of fully fill it. Like last Friday. Let's give it some room to play out. But I don't like a 1 to 1.5. But yeah, do 1 to 1.9. Let's see. And, oh, that was so close. That actually fucking hurts. We were so close. I mean, then you would have just sold for like you would have sold if you're managing your trade. I'm better at managing my trades now. But, right, you would have took profits probably, exactly. We would have took profits, so it doesn't matter. Now that we swept this lovely liquidity from 9, tomorrow I think we're going to back test either the breakout orb or the 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. CRT. That's a literal joke to me. But we saw this liquidity. A nice candle close on the 5-minute with a 5-minute IFEG. So you didn't have to go to the 1-minute this day. Enter. Sell side. Taken like a G. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. This is how you should be trading. December wasn't this clean, however. It was, but it wasn't. Like, even yesterday and today, I think the moves kind of happened like 10:30-ish. And that's just a patience thing. And it's honestly, it's my fault, but it's not because I've been profitable trading exactly at 10 a.m. But now I realize, girl, you gotta wait a little bit. You gotta wait like at least the first 5, 10, 20 minutes of 10 o'clock. Because, see, like old me would have gotten in. Let's see, 10 o'clock is here. There's no gap. But even like before this played out, I mean, you should always let the 10 a.m. candle play. No, it's not even. That's 10:10. Exactly. Right here, I would have just sold. It would have played out for me nicely this day. But lately in December, like, I'd get in and then it would stop me out to go my way. My stop loss is usually, Jesus, 150. So it actually would have stopped me out to go my way. This is the 5-minute chart. But I mean, if I entered here, I would have maybe had it at this high. That's so many ticks though. Is that really 380 ticks stop loss? That's literally insane. Whoa, but that's why I'm like, now I'm like watching the 5 and the 1. Because like now I'm like, okay, wait for the pullback or get in a little higher on the 1. So, your stop loss can just be here. Or like on the 1, I could have my stop loss here instead of like way at this high and it would have been a little smaller. I'm figuring it out. Because I don't have to, December just ruined, like my strategy just not working so badly. Actually, I lied. I learned 10 a.m. news is the day you get on and trade the 10:45 to 11:10 macro, for sure. 10 a.m. news or don't trade at all. 10 a.m. news, we had 3 of those that first week, and then I got on and paper traded that macro Thursday, Friday, and wound up calling it because I saw the pattern. Boom. Then from being emotionally scarred from the first week, I fumbled Monday last week, which is my bread and butter setup. I caught it Tuesday. Wednesday was another day that I just usually lose, those deep retracements at the 10:45 macro. And then Thursday I won last week, and then Friday I also fumbled my own strategy. And I forgot how I fumbled it, but it definitely was a very much like higher time frame for value gap, tap, reverse. Oh yeah, I stopped watching ES for SMT, and I bought right at 10 o'clock, and we wound up having SMT at the highs, and then we reversed on Friday. And 2, a new day opening gap, which I didn't see the gap. I didn't even mark the gap on my chart. So I do have a gap indicator on my charts now that I actually need to add to these lower time frames. So let's do it now. But yes, so last week we had good price action, and then Monday and Tuesday this week, we could look now, was not my favorite. And then what happened on Monday? We had S&T at highs, and then we just kept going. Because a lot of us reversal traders took reversals, and we had a gap. We had a new day opening gap at the bottom, like Friday. So I took buys. I took sells, and I lost. And then Tuesday was I took that record. I was testing my recording. I took this trade, and a lot of us took it. We thought we were at least going down to there's a 4-hour fair value gap that was like 20 ticks below here, and it reversed on me, and I just closed break even trade. And then we bounced out of a 15-minute gap to go take out these equal highs. I should have waited for that, but that also happened at like 11 o'clock. But break even, and then obviously I did not trade. Oh my God, today's Thursday. I could trade tomorrow. Actually, I'm thinking today's Friday. Whoa. And then obviously I was on a flight Wednesday, which Wednesday was beautiful. This was a pullback up into 15-minute value gap, but it was a nice enough move where I probably would have just played this 10 a.m. to the 15-minute value gap. I've done it many times before, or waited for the 15-minute value gap and rode it out to FOMC. But this is probably the trade I would have took, realistically. Knowing myself and my patience level, this is what I would have took on Wednesday. And then obviously today we got this pullback a lot sooner. So I guess I could trade tomorrow. But I said I'm not trading the rest of December, so I'm not. I'm gonna have a new year, new emotion coming into the new year. It's okay. There's always gonna be markets. Now we know for December, people, yeah, I'm sure they're making money. My strategy doing very well in December, around 8% win rate. Actually insane. CRT 5 a.m. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Because a lot of people I know who's doing really well in December, they're trading London now, which makes sense. London has been super clean. But yeah, I feel like if I didn't follow my own strategies, my December would have been like 60, 50 or 60. It wouldn't have been like my usual 90, but I would have won more. I would have lost those 3 the first week. I still only took paper trade Thursday, Friday just to be smart. I would have had 4 wins that last week. And then this week I would have had so far 2 or 3. That's how you know. Can you teach me in the Discord chat? Me or Mr. Absent? I made 450 today with 2002 ICT, but I want to learn CRT. I actually hate CRT. But to those who swear, I think CRT works really well with crypto. It works really well with Bitcoin, and it works really well in the London session. But a lot of people swear by the 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 CRT, and I've backtested it, and it doesn't work. Because a lot of days, 10 a.m. and 9 a.m. are just continuing down from 8:30. They're not sweeping the high and going back up. But there are days when you get them, and it's nice. But yeah, just go learn CRT. That's what you want to learn, What else? But yeah, just, take a break. It's nothing wrong taking a break. A lot of us, I think we finally stopped trading this week. Even though we had some wins and some losses. I definitely feel like... Oh yeah, I meant to add this indicator. So this indicator is the ICT in dog in WOG indicator. Add it to all the things, and it shows you. Obviously, the gaps are easy to see sometimes, but it was like in a fair value gap. That's why I couldn't see it. So you see that's where we went today. Boom, to an opening gap. Clear draw. I didn't have to draw that. You didn't have to zoom out to see it. It already does it for you. I like to make mine super bright. I like to make mine yellow. I like to make mine yellow. I like to do the current day. This might be let's see if that one goes away. I like to do the daily. Oh, so that was the week. So maybe it is nice to add that weekly one from 5. That's probably the week. Yeah. Maybe we came back to it. I usually have to just set mine to the one of the day, though. And then I don't like to show the EHDPA. So we had an opening gap, and then we didn't even... Oh, this is tonight. So right now, we're in a new day. That means hopefully we'll come down tomorrow, and then in our New York session, you trade back up to this. That's basically just what that is. I don't know if I need it on the 1 minute chart, but we'll put it on there. But, yeah, I like indicators, especially because ICT ones don't lack data. Everyone's like, oh, indicators lag. And I'm like, they don't when they're ICT ones. They're just what it is. Is there a gap there? Yes or no. There's no data behind the gap. It's just there or it's not. There's no data behind a fair value gap. It's just a gap or it's not. And that's what I like about ICT indicators. Like the session highs, just like that's when the session traded. That was the high I just made. That was the low I just made. There's no data. You don't need like previous session highs, previous session lows. Like, I mean, sometimes you do, but for the most part, you don't. So yeah, I think we can call it for today. I'll do this tomorrow. I'll do this Saturday, and I might do Sunday, but I'm going on a going home like to visit family for Christmas Sunday. So I feel like tomorrow might be the last day, and then we just will reconvene on the Thursday or Friday after Christmas. I'll let y'all know. But yeah, just back test like this, practice, look at the charts, get back familiar. I'm definitely sticking to, like I said, I have 3 layouts. I can show you all of them. This is my entry time frames, the 5 and the 1, and then I have my lower time frame SMT, which is the 15-minute chart with NQ on one side, ES on the other, with my session highs and lows. Beautiful. And then I have my higher time frame, which is just the hour chart. Letting go of the 4-hour chart per se. That's all I'm not trading longer than 2 hours anyway. So the 4-hour is nice. However, yeah. What do you want me to save my layout? And then, but yeah, hope you have a good trading day tomorrow. If you trade, I'm gonna go to the gym, go for a run, get my hair done tomorrow, which is so nice. And I'm gonna come back January 30th, that Monday after Christmas, and just risk a little less, and then we'll go from there. I trade live with my Discord now only. I don't trade live on TikTok anymore. And yeah, but I'm recording my trades, so they'll be all posted on social media. But yes, I'll see y'all tomorrow. A great backtesting session, even though I just could not get my streaming services together. And yeah, let me see if I actually can. Whatchamacallit it in my streams, because it like on this monitors, maybe I can. Oh, that's just brightness. That's not anything important. How do I minimize? There we go. Now it's smaller. Done. But now it's back. It's like it cuts off the bottom bar that shows me like, hey, stop going live.